Hello and welcome to Braves Pregame Live, presented to you by JV Sports. I'm your host Jason Wills, and the Braves look to win this 4-game series outright over the New York Mets tonight at Truist Park and win their 9th straight game. We've got a lot to talk about. First off, starting with the recap of last night's game, we've got a contract extension to talk about, plus all the normal stuff that you've been hearing about all summer, pitching matchups, lineups, as well as my keys to the game. But first, we got a camera. Hi, that's me. How are you doing today? Enough with the fun stuff. Last night, I asked for Charlie Morton to have a really good outing. I wanted 6 or 7 innings of low-run baseball from him, and that's exactly what we got. He tied his season record with 12 strikeouts while going 6 2/3 innings, giving up no runs on 3 hits and 1 walk, and of course, 12 strikeouts like I just mentioned. Exactly what I wanted. 2021 Charlie Morton outing. Another thing I wanted from the Braves was to get to Taijuan Walker early, like they did in the series against the New York Mets at Citi Field. They got to him early. He gave up 8 runs, 7 hits, I believe, and a couple home runs. But last night wasn't exactly the same. He ended up leaving early after only 2 innings pitched, which led to the Braves facing RJ Alvarez for a good amount of the game, and they were able to get 2 homers and 3 runs off of him, including Matt Olson's long home run that landed on top of the chop house. It was majestic, and to quote Chip Carey, he was like in awe of that. Next thing, after the game at about 11:20 p.m. Eastern Time, Michael Harris was signed to an 8-year, $72 million deal, which is really exciting for the Braves to have another young star locked down for years to come. It's great. Another team-friendly deal. Almost all of them. Alex Anthopoulos is just able to sell the message of a dynasty. You want to win? You might have to take a pay cut, but you will experience success with this Braves team. The way that we are structured, with the way we're able, these players are taking good deals for the team to let us sign more guys like Kenley Jansen, a lot of the bullpen guys that we got this year, like Colin McHugh we signed, and like it will help sign Dansby free in a couple years. We're supposed to go after DeGrom, which signing guys like Austin Riley to a cheaper deal than he just for less than he deserves, that'll help us get there. Michael Harris taking this deal, even Ozzy and Acuna's deals, which were signed a while ago, they can benefit us getting DeGrom, which is like insane, especially because tomorrow we're playing DeGrom, and it's, oh no, it's DeGrom, but next season it could be, yay, DeGrom. So all very exciting stuff. Now, let's get into tonight's matchup with the pitchers first. On the left, you got Max Scherzer, 8-2, a 1.93 ERA. His away splits, 4-1, a 2.16 ERA. And now Jake Odorizzi for the Braves, 4-4, 3.8 ERA, 2-1 at home with a 3.45 ERA. Now, comparing their last 2 starts, they look kind of different. Max Scherzer, of course, going 7 innings, giving up 1 run on 9 hits, as well as striking out 6. Jake Odorizzi and getting the win. And then Jake Odorizzi going 4 innings, giving up 2 earned runs, 8 hits, and 2 strikeouts. Pretty different stuff you see there. So we'll see how that plays out tonight. Some important things I have to say is the Braves have to be patient. You can't keep chasing. You got to drive up Scherzer's pitch count is all I'm saying. You got to foul the ball off. Don't swing at bad pitches. We got to be very diligent tonight, especially with a tired Mets bullpen that's had to eat up 14 innings of the last 18. With Carlos Carrasco as well as Taijuan Walker both leaving the game early. Like I talked about with Walker earlier, but Carrasco the night before in the Braves win, the dominant win, like 13-1. Last game, last time Scherzer pitched against the Braves, he went 7 innings, giving up no earned runs on 4 hits and striking out 11, which it cannot happen, especially with, like I talked about a minute ago,
DeGrom pitching tomorrow, you cannot. Scherzer, we've done well against in the past when he's on the Nationals. I don't think we did play him in the NLCS for that game 2 where Jock Peterson hit a home run. Obviously, he's not on the team anymore, but he didn't pitch that much there. But what I'm trying to say is we've had success against him in the past. This season, not so much. He's 2-0, 14 innings, and only 1 earned run. Both of his starts have gone 7 innings, so let's get him out of the game by the 5th inning is what I'm looking for. 3 or 4 inning runs, because I don't want to say it, but Odorizzi's definitely our weakest starter in the rotation right now, especially with Morin having such a great start and Strider. Our rotation's a little weak, especially with Kyle Wright and Fried being hurt right now, but they should be back soon. We could see Fried pitch tomorrow, even, or Kyle, but those guys should both be playing again. You'd see Ian come back, he'd probably be lower, but right now, at this moment, Jake is definitely the weakest. He's only had 2 starts, but both he hasn't made it past 4 innings. And as I say that, he hasn't has the best time in a Braves uniform. I want to take you back just to before the trade deadline on August 31st. His last start as an Astro, he went 7 innings on 2, giving up no earned runs on 2 hits and striking out 7, which is really good. And to continue my luck with how we did with Charlie yesterday, we need that again. Is what I'm looking for. It's dominant baseball. Mix your pitches, command the edges. Charlie did that beautifully last night and got a ton of strike Ks looking, which was a big part on how he got to 12. He was hitting the edges, bottom right, top left. It was beautiful, as well as using his curveball. So yeah. Back now, we're going to go to the lineups. Starting off with the Mets on the left, you got Nimmo in center field, Starling Marte in right, Lindor at short, Alonso at first base, Daniel Vogelbach at DH, Jeff McNeil at second. That's the exact same we saw, but then the bottom 3 is a little different. Mark Cannon left, James McCann catching, batting 9th, and then Beatty, third baseman, making his major league debut tonight. He had some great slash numbers in AAA just this past week. He didn't play that many games, so average and stuff isn't exactly going to really prove much there, but we'll see how he does tonight. Maybe we'll see a first major league hit. And now for the Braves. Ronald Acuna leading off, Dansby Swanson at short, Austin Riley batting 3rd, Matt Olson batting 4th. Eddie Rosario is DHing tonight. Last night he didn't play due to the hamstring tightness. Darno's not playing again. Contreras is catching. Michael Harris, who we talked about with the contract, now batting 7th. Vaughn Grissom at second base, and then Robbie Grossman still in left. If you notice, Ozuna still hasn't played. He hasn't played since that Marlins game where Michael Harris hit a home run in the top of the 9th. That Braves ended up coming back and winning that one. Just some splits for the lineup against the pitchers. The Braves are 20 and to 106 with a 1.89 average versus Scherzer. A lot of those at bats are Dansby, and he was 7 for 44, which isn't the best, but that's because Dansby's up and down. This year he's been way better than some of the years we've seen before. His home run numbers are down compared to last year, but I'd rather have him getting on base, especially with him batting second. Now I'd rather have him getting on base for Riley, for Olsen, for Eddie, Contreras. A lot of these guys can get him in. So I'll take the down home run numbers for his success. So hopefully that trend stops. Braves looking to up that with some hits. Like I said, I want him out of the game by 5 innings. Then the Mets lineup. They're 22 and 79 with a 278 average versus Odorizzi, and a big chunk of that is Francisco Lindor, who's got 28 at bats. He's batting close to 400. He's 11 for 28, I believe. I can check that right about now. Yeah, 11 for 28 with a 393 average. So that's gonna be a tough out, possibly.
we'll see. Not sure how things have gone. You know, Odorizzi did play this team in his first start at that doubleheader, but the Braves, like, he just got the Braves day game disease because we can't win day games, so we'll chalk it up to that. Now, lastly, for today's pregame show, Ronald Acuna. In the past 7 days, he's got an OPS of 1,073 as well as a 348 average. He's leading off tonight as almost always, and you know, he's got a 270 average versus Scherzer. There was a game I remember he's homered off of Scherzer before, so that's what I'm looking for tonight, is get him another home run. Sure, he's hit a few recently as well, like first pitch in Miami. Let's do that again, right? Why can't we have that? Why can't we get another leadoff home run from Ronald, get this party going, and get us on to the 9-game winning streak that we're looking for and looking to win this series? Because like I've said a couple times in this show, it's DeGrom tomorrow, who, like, we got destroyed by. In his start, we struck out 19 times. Not all of those were to DeGrom, obviously, but a good portion of them were. And I don't want that to happen again, because that was not a fun game to watch. So let's not have that happen. Got to get Scherzer out of the game early. Odorizzi's got to pitch well. Use all of his pitches. Hopefully they're all going. Let's look for a Ronald home run and hope this Braves team can continue their winning ways. I'm Jason Wills. You're watching the Braves pregame live show on JV Sports. Go Braves, and I'll be back for the postgame show after the game.